So this was yesterday morning, saying, right, yes, so it's a relationship. Krishna consciousness is a relationship. Srila Prabhupada said that to Bhakti Charu Maharaj. And Maharaj told me personally that Prabhupada said to him, what is Krishna consciousness? It's like a rhetorical question. What is it? And then Prabhupada answered, Krishna consciousness means establishing a personal relationship with Krishna, disguised as a process. It's disguised, it looks like a process. You've got to chant so many rounds, you've got to get up early in the morning, you can't do certain things. You all know these points. So it looks like a process, and indeed Prabhupada referred to it as a process on many occasions. But actually, really what it is the development of a relationship with Krishna. And particularly in this Kali Yuga, all the time really, but particularly in this day and age, the relationship, or say Krishna's presence, is most perceivable in his holy names. In the deity also. In prasadam too. How was prasadam? No comment. What does that mean? Yes, we've got a lot of shy to it. Maybe you get too much. Knocked out. Was it okay? There's more to come. Don't go too far away. He had a relationship. Just imagine if the Yuga Dharma, which is chanting the holy names, just imagine if it was eating prasadam. Wow. Life would be different. I think our material bodies would be different. They'd be bigger. So Krishna, in terms of the relationship, Krishna is doing his best. He's here with us. He's in our hearts. He's on the altar. He's in every atom. He's come to give, and it's like the Yuga Avatar. He is going out. He has gone out and is going out of his way to fulfill his part of the relationship. The rest is up to us. Yeah, and this chanting is such a mission-critical part, if you understand what I mean. It's just absolutely essential part of that process. Right, so what we're doing, first of all, is we are going to have some dramas to illustrate some bad habits of chanting the holy names. Some bad habits. And then, of four actually, there are four groups. With one group, Smita Krishna Prabhu has kindly offered to be the group. So, a one-man group, but he can do it. Just don't worry. And they're going to act out, being someone, one of them at least. What's it like to have this particular bad habit, and then they'll give a solution. And once we've done that, then I'm going to go through a bigger list so you can note down some of these bad habits. Yeah. So there we go. So first of all, shall we have your group, Radha Chakrani, and yes, Sakyalinda, and everyone. So please come now, 1 minute. they'll need at least one microphone. Where is microphone Maharaj? Where is it? Oh no, the devotee who does the microphones. Oh, there you are. Is there another one? Yeah, I think so. So now, what is the bad habit or practice that you're going to?
The numbers game.
The numbers game. The numbers game means we keep looking at our counting beads to see how many more to go. I've only done 8. Oh my God, look at the time. And or like when it's 9 o'clock at night, and you look at your beads and you see, I got 10 rounds to chant. Oh no! This is the numbers game, if you get the idea. Yeah. So you've got 2 microphones now. Oh, it's going still. Or maybe, should we just have them use this one? Yeah, okay. You need to? You want to? Okay. So it's sort of...
Hare Krishna, Gurudev, dear devotees, we present to you the numbers game. Please forgive us in advance for all mistakes and shortcomings. It's a typical weekday morning, and Bhakti Forever Late, who lives in the chats from the flats, starts her day blissfully at 7 a.m. She knew that she had to get up earlier to chant, but Madam needed a beauty sleep. We can't have those puffy eyes now, can we? There's so many things to do in the morning before going to work. It's such a rush. Having your breakfast, packing lunch, looking for the car keys, and of course there's checking your messages, feeding the dog, and the list just goes on and on. But no time to chant, not even a single round. So Bhakti Forever Late gets ready for work, and off she goes hurriedly. After a very long, tiring day at work, after all that grind, all that sweat, after fighting all the demons in this material world, she returns home and it's 5:30 p.m. Now she's really zoned out and she has something to eat quickly and decides to have a nap, a quick nap, 10-minute snooze. But Bhakti Forever Late has overslept. It's now 6 p.m. She quickly gets up, grabs her beanbag because she doesn't want to miss her sass and long serial that's going to start at 8 o'clock, and then she starts her rounds. But wait, then she decides, let me check my messages on her phone, with the beanbag still in her hand. Not a single round chanted as yet. It's gone 6:30 p.m. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Beanbag is still in her hand. She's now between Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and oh my God, what's that? Shahrukh Bhai, his new song. How can she not even play that now? Oh gosh, it's 8 p.m. She realizes no rounds are done. She puts Shahrukh Bhai down and starts to chant her rounds. While Diane Brown chanting, her chanting is inattentive, there's no quality, she's slurring, and she sounds like she's calling the cat from next door. You can only imagine what time Bhakti Forever Late goes to sleep. Now let's meet Bhakti Forever Early, who lives right next door to Bhakti Forever Late. Bhakti Forever Early gets up early at 4 a.m. in the morning. She starts her rounds chanting very loudly and clearly. We are also very fortunate to have His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Swami Maharaj, who chants online Japa in the morning and in the afternoons. Gurudev, let me take this opportunity to thank you for your constant association and mercy. Your Japa sessions really feed our soul. Sorry, technical glitch. That was Gurudev chanting online. So, Bhakti Forever Early has now completed her 16 rounds and is only 6 o'clock in the morning. Bhakti Forever Early also needs to go to work, also needs to fight the demons in the material world, pack a lunch, look good for work, and also feed the dog. So, after a very tiring, long day at work, slogging, grinding, all those things that we all do, Bhakti Forever Early gets home at 5:30 p.m. She has something to eat and also decides to take a nap. She can actually nap a little longer too. So she gets up at 6 p.m. She is refreshed and has time to read, listen to lectures, and she also has time to associate with the devotee friends and attend the temple for Gora Arati. So, dear devotees, we can all learn something from Bhakti Forever Early. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, that was wonderful. Bhakti Forever Early and Bhakta Forever Early. Very clever. Thank you very much. If you just leave it there, that's fine. Thank you. Yes, so let us have Vasanti Devi Dasirat. Oh, there you are, and your team. Here they come. And which problem are you going to illustrate?
The dangers of inattentive chanting.
The dangers of inattentive chanting. Wow, that's just a really good one. So there you go, there's a microphone there. The second one.
Thank you.
If you're going to speak, you need to use a microphone.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Beep beep, beep beep. On its phone, it's Facebook. Thank God I have this wonderful space in my feedback to use my finger. Oh my God, what is that? Yes, my button is colored. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Ananda Vrindavan Mataji, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm okay. President, my playtime.
Hare Krishna Mataji!
Hare Krishna, Swarapiri Mataji.
I'm okay, and you?
Alright, thank you.
I have a question for you, Mataji. So, are you guys available to watch some veggies for the Sunday at least?
I catch up with Facebook. I'm back.
Oh, and you, Mataji?
I'd love to. I really would. It's just that I still have so many chocolates. I mean, round sometimes, but certainly round.
What to do? Maybe next time.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
Are we doing our solution?
I don't feel so good about this.
Yeah. You know?
Why do you think we said no? I mean, we really could have said yes. What do you think the problem is?
Let's see. I was busy on Facebook. That was a distraction. It was interfering with my Japa. Maybe I need to put the phone up and chat better. If I chat better, I can do some service.
Now that you say that, I also realize I was just thinking about this chocolate I still had left to eat, and I just really wanted to eat it. And I think I'm just going to put this chocolate away in the bin. And I think instead of going on Facebook, we should go on to Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj's live Japa session and do some intensive Japa so that we can try and develop this desire to say yes to service. What time is it? 5 p.m.
The Japa?
Yes.
In the morning?
You tell me. Let's try.
Well done. Thank you very much. Gosh. Really get the message across. Where's the chocolate? Okay. So, now, yes, let's have, oh, there you are, right. Yes, let's have your group. And what is the problem that you're addressing?
Fast chanting.
Oh, fast chanting. Grand Prix. Yeah. So we got 2 mics. Please use them. Otherwise people won't hear.
Big.
Hare Krishna. How are you? Yeah, fantastic. Always listening.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Yeah, Ram Krishna.
much is so good.
Yeah, so you're right today. Excited? Hare Krishna. It's good to hear.
I've been chanting so many rounds, 70, 80 rounds. I'm just not feeling it. I don't feel the taste.
Don't mind. Just keep doing what you're doing and it will work out. Trust me, with time.
Sure,
I promise you.
I'm
Practice it.
tired. I'm not feeling it. I don't want to Krishna, and I don't know what the problem is.
Just keep chanting.
Actually, maybe what you should do is join us for Japa tomorrow morning at the temple.
Okay. What time do I need?
Well, Mangal Arati starts at 4:30, but the Japa session starts like about 5:15 in the morning. If you can make it for Mangal Arati, come, or just come for Japa. Okay?
I'll be there.
All right. Hare Krishna. The next morning, Japa session. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
No wonder it's not feeling
16 rounds.
45 minutes?
My day is free. So,
Hare Krishna. Do you know that Krishna is not different from his name? And you know that Krishna is a person?
what does that mean?
It means if somebody comes and visits you at your house, don't you give them your full attention?
Yes.
So, by chanting Krishna's name, we are associating with Krishna, right? If he's a person.
Okay.
But if you chant Hare Krishna, you're going on like an AK-47.
Okay, Prabhu, I hear you.
So Krishna is a person. We have to treat him like a person, and therefore we chant with love and affection like we want Krishna in our lives. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Just practice like this for Vishnu Prabhu, and in time, Krishna will embrace you.
Thank you so much.
And you will feel the bliss.
Thank you for inviting me.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Krishna. Very good. So the last presentation will be His Grace Sri Krishna Prabhu. And what are you going to be addressing?
Thinking about things from the past.
Oh, thinking about things from the past. Okay, right.
So I need to hold the mic so you can just imagine that I have my Japa in my hand.
I can hold the mic.
I'll take the stand. Give me the stand.
Stay.
Thank you, Bhash. Yeah, sir. It works well. I got this one. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you for the opportunity. I just thought of something very quickly. So I'm chanting by Japa, and the context is I'm in a kind of a pensive mood. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, If I didn't join this movement as told by my colleagues, perhaps I would be in a different financial need.
They have mentions of Lord. Why was I so poor? Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. What is this Hare Krishna life? I could have had it beautiful. Someone who served me and not experienced this strife. Is it Krishna only? Why do I feel so lonely? Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Rama. I sacrificed my health. I gave up my wealth. Now I'm told I must give a donation to join in Hare Krishna celebration. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama. I know I'm devious for my soul. Hare Krishna. But if I apply for promotion and work, I don't think I would have lost the goal. Hare Krishna. I know I've committed offenses, but clever manipulations are my defense. I feel shoved by my desire. Is chanting really the only way to put on this fire? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Good. That's fine. This ends with this. Regrets, regrets. Can't forget, Regrets, regrets. Can't forget. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. That was really a short notice. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna devotees. Thank you to all of you devotees who put on the dramas and took the trouble and made the effort to make these poor Japa practices so clear and to give solutions. I think let's give them all another round of applause. Really, thank you so much. What I'll do right now is I will run down. Now, I did mention last night, if you recall at the end, well, I mentioned in the beginning yesterday that we want everyone to have pen and paper or at least some telephone or some device they can write some things in or on. And we sincerely hope that you have brought such a thing with you, because I'm going to give you a list of poor Japa practices, bad Japa practices, and I'd like you to write these down as much as you're able. And yeah, okay, let's just do that first. First of all, inattention, which we say is like the mother of all offenses. And related, but a little different, unfocused means your mind is going around here and there, and your chanting is more like a background sound, but mainly it's your mind where your attention is. Next one, bored. B-O-R-E-D. That it's just not so, it's not interesting enough to make such an effort for it, give your attention to bored. And then the numbers game means always concerned with how many rounds have I done, or how many rounds do I still have to do. Oh, I've got 6 rounds to do. Oh no, that sort of idea. Then the next one, which is related to unfocused, but could be slightly different. Distracted. Distracted. What's this fellow with the blue jacket doing here? Hey, I wonder what he's doing. It's okay. And who's this coming in here? What's she doing? Anyway, this is distracted. Yeah. Then thinking about the past, Sri Krishna Prabhu gave such a vivid and poetic presentation of that. And then how about thinking about things that you are going to do or you'd like to do? That sort of idea. It's just the opposite. Yeah. What are you going to do? Or what would you like to do? Then another one is thinking about what you are doing. I mean, like today, I'm going to have a meeting with such and such about something or other, and what am I going to say? Should I say this? But you're chanting Japa at the same time. Yeah. So it's like immediate distraction. Then, what the first team of gentlemen did so nicely, like rushing through the mantra. You know, we told you a classic is 60 travel, getting 60 travel, getting 60 travel, getting through your rounds in no time. Pat yourself on the back. Or the Hare Krishna mini mantra. You remember we mentioned that the other day, one version, which I have heard. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. That's the mini mantra. There's also a maxi mantra. It's more than one mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare. This is the maxi mantra. Yeah. Yes, slurring the mantra. Then being tired. How about falling asleep? Have any of you ever fallen asleep while chanting Japa?
Yes.
I have. Yeah. So let's see. Anxious to do something else. But it's related. Anyway, anxious that, I've got an appointment. Oh my God. That I just sort of jam the rest of my rounds in somehow. Oh yes, multitasking Japa. Yeah, multitasking. There's a good show on TV. Don't ask me what is, popular on television these days. What's popular on television these days? Sorry?
World Cup. Cricket World Cup.
Oh, Cricket World Cup.
France 24.
What?
France, the news.
Oh, France, the news. I see. I thought you were going to say, well, I don't know. Yes. Yeah. So multitasking. I remember one devotee who wanted to receive second initiation. he was dealing with an initiation committee somewhere. I won't say where, I won't say who he was. And there had been like a Bollywood live show in one of the lives. Some Bollywood people had come. And this stage show was put on somewhere in Durban. And so this devotee wanted second initiation. And the committee, one member of the committee said, listen, how can you want second initiation? You were at that Bollywood show. I mean, what's your standard? And the devotee says, well, how do you know that? And the one who's criticizing him said, I saw you there. A true story. And then, thinking negatively about other devotees. Yeah. Why is he walking up and down? Why can't he sit down like me and chant nicely? That sort of idea. You understand? You get the idea. And chanting without really having the mood of trying to glorify the Lord, trying to please the Lord. So these are a number of types of bad japa. And there's a famous story. There was one devotee, unfortunately, passed away. His name was Kushakrata Prabhu. Quite a character. He came from like a really sort of degraded background of drugs, like very heavy drug use. But he became a devotee and he was practicing and he was getting initiated, and he Prabhupada asked him, so one of the regulative principles, and he recited the 4 regulative principles, and Prabhupada said to him, and what is your favorite? So, yeah. So anyway, I suggest what you do, hopefully you're looking now at just at least a brief list. Why don't you just put a mark by your favorite? And make a note that I'm going to try and make a special effort about this, to really do something about this. Yeah, I think that's very practical. And then you keep it with you, and you just check every now and then. How are you doing with, this main one, your main problem, or maybe 2, or maybe 3? You can mark what you like from the list. If you have multiple problems with your japa. And then, really make a note and then check from time to time and see how you're doing. Are you addressing this problem or not? So here's an interesting one. This is interesting. We want you now on a scale of 1 to 10. Grade your japa. 10 means you're in your eternal wrestle with Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan. 1 means you are firmly in the hellish planets. 6 means you're doing okay. You're doing quite nicely with your japa. You like chanting your japa. 5 means you're kind of marginal, a little on and off, but you're on sometimes. 4 means you're struggling. 2 means you're nose diving. And 1 means, it's a disaster. So grade yourself. Grade yourself. Be honest and grade yourself. And write it down. Write it down. Give yourself, whatever you you honestly think it's just for you. You don't have to tell anybody else. You grade yourself. And then you do that. So you just write a number there. You can use decimal points, 5.753. 5.7 maybe, something like that. Grade yourself. Now, devotees, fasten your seatbelts. I want you immediately, without really sitting back and contemplating, I want you to write down three things that immediately come to mind that you are not doing, which you could do to improve your japa. You get it? Three things you are not doing, which you could do, and if you did do, you would improve your japa. How's that? Yeah, because, and quickly, what comes to mind, like immediately. So, the fact that you can write these things down like immediately on the spot without having to really think about it means they must be pretty obvious to you. So if these things which you need to do to improve your chanting, if they are so obvious, why are you not doing them? If they are obvious, think about it momentarily and write down, why are you not doing these things which you could do, which would help you with your chanting? Write that down. All right. And you can write down, like, what are you going to do about it then, actually? Now, another point about what are we going to do, what could we do, what can we do? Tomorrow morning, we're having a special Japa session. What time we starting? 4:30 Mokularity, 5:15 or so, Japa. 8 o'clock? We'll start the program. Right, it's Pantha in the Japa Ekadasi. There's a tradition of not eating and not drinking. It's not, compulsory. But you can do, if you like. But as much as possible, we'd like the devotees to gather here, right? As much as possible, try and gather here 4:30 if you can manage, 5:15 or 5:20 at least, or whenever you can, but definitely during the Japa period, which will conclude at 7, I suppose, with the deity greeting, and there's going to be a class in Prabhupada's, or 7:30. So now, what I want you to do here, I want you to write down how are you going to prepare yourself today, this evening, so that tomorrow morning, when we do gather here, you will be ready to chant the best japa you have ever chanted in the last, how old are you? 43? 43, that's 43 years. How old are you? 14. In the last 14 years, did I get it? And you are 16. 15. 15. That's 15 years, right? The best. The best. Okay, so how are you going to prepare yourselves beforehand? Not like tomorrow when you get here, but how are you going to gear yourself up so that tomorrow you are ready? And second thing, what will you try to do? What will you actually try to do when you are chanting? So you chant the best japa of this lifetime tomorrow morning. Note down these things, please. Yeah. Okay. Now, what's the time? Okay. Now I am going to tell you a story, devotees. Have you all got that? Please do it. Please do it. If you do it, and if you really get into it, and really do it from your heart, I tell you, tomorrow morning could just be a revolutionary day for you, your life in Krishna consciousness. It really can be. This type of determination in Krishna consciousness is very powerful. I'm going to tell you a little story, not actually a little story, I'm going to read a pastime from Chaitanya Bhagavat. Here we go. Are you ready? You're ready. Please listen carefully. This is the story of Lord Chaitanya talking about the Laksheshwara. Laksheshwara. L-A-K-S-E-S-V-A-R-A. Laksheshwara. So first of all, a couple of sort of introductory verses here from Vrindavan Thakur, the author. If someone has devotion, then everything is well. But without devotion, even the position of a king is inauspicious. If one has wealth, fame, and material enjoyment, but is bereft of devotion, then everything is inauspicious. If one is so poor that he has no food for the day, but he has devotion to Lord Vishnu, then he is the richest person. If even a poor person, unable to accumulate food, is inclined to the service of the Lord, then no one can be as rich as him, because his Lord is the proprietor of all opulences. As the devotees invited the Lord to take his meals in their houses, the Lord, means Lord Chaitanya, the Lord took the opportunity to teach them all this topic. When invited to take a meal, Lord Chaitanya smiled and said, first, you must become a Laksheshwara. Now, Laksha means 100,000. Ishvara means like the master of 100,000. Normally the term is used in terms of money. Laksheshwara means someone who has a lakh of rupees. course, it's not so much nowadays, but 500 and something years ago, it was big money. Yeah. So Laksha and Ishvara becomes Laksheshvara. And in common usage, it would refer to someone who possesses 100,000 rupees. Lord Chaitanya said, I take meals only in the house of a Laksheshvara. Hearing this, the Brahmins became worried. The Brahmins offered prayers to the Lord. O Goswami, what to speak of 100,000? None of us possess even 1,000. If you don't accept meals from us, then let our entire households be burned to ashes. Because they're thinking he's referring to money. The Lord replied, do you know who is a Laksheshwara? He is someone who daily chants 100,000 holy names, which means plus or minus 64 rounds. 64 rounds. Ready? Go for it. Okay, it's all right. Yeah. So Lord Chaitanya continued, I call that person a Laksheshwara. I take meals in only such a person's house, not in the houses of others. Hearing this merciful statement of the Lord, the Brahmins gave up their anxiety and became joyful. They said, O Lord, we will chant 100,000 names. Please therefore take your meals in our houses. It is our good fortune that you are teaching us in this way. All the Brahmins then began to chant 100,000 names every day, 64 rounds, so that they could offer food to Lord Chaitanya Chandra. In this way, the Lord of Vaikuntha enjoyed in the ocean of devotional service by inducing others to take up chanting in the process of devotional service. Srila Prabhupada makes a comment in his purport to the Nectar of Instruction, verse 5. Make a note of that. Look it up. You'll find it. It's a long purport, but it's somewhere in the middle. Prabhupada says, everyone begins his devotional life from the neophyte stage. But if one properly finishes chanting the prescribed number of rounds of Harinam, he is elevated step by step to the highest platform of Uttama Adhikari. The Krishna consciousness movement prescribes 16 rounds daily, because people in the Western countries cannot concentrate for long periods while chanting on beads. So 16, if 100,000 names is 64 rounds, then 16 rounds is what? 25,000. So yeah, around 25,000. Yeah. So therefore the minimum number of rounds is prescribed. However, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say that unless one chants at least 64 rounds of Japa, 100,000 names, he is considered fallen, patita. According to his calculation, every one of us is fallen. But because we're trying to serve the Supreme Lord with all seriousness and without duplicity, we can expect the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is famous as Patita Pavana, the deliverer of the fallen. So Srila Prabhupada, one thing he said in relation to one sort of comparison to his spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, Prabhupada said, that he, Prabhupada, was 90% more sort of lenient than Srila Bhaktisiddhanta. If you wanted to stay in the temple or be taken seriously as a devotee in those days, like 1920s, 1930s, you had to chant 64 rounds a day. Haribol. Yeah. But there's a special arrangement for us by Srila Prabhupada with Krishna that if we chant 16 rounds a day nicely, we will get mercy. That will be accepted by the Lord. And we will not be considered, sort of kind of useless devotees or that we shouldn't be taken seriously. Then Srila Prabhupada continues in the same purport, just a few lines after what I just read. One of our friends, a famous English musician, George Harrison, has become attracted to chanting the holy names of Krishna. And even in his records, he has several times mentioned the holy name of Krishna. At his home, he offers respect to pictures of Krishna and also to the preachers of Krishna consciousness. In all regards, he has a very high estimation for Krishna's name and Krishna's activities. Therefore, we offer respects to him without reservation. For we're actually seeing that this gentleman is advancing gradually in Krishna consciousness. Such a person should always be shown respect. The conclusion is that anyone who's trying to advance in Krishna consciousness by regularly chanting the holy name should always be respected by Vaishnavas. On the other hand, we've witnessed that some of our contemporaries, who are supposed to be great preachers, have gradually fallen into, what's the word? The material conception of life, so no, I didn't copy that. So, the standard is there 64 rounds, 100,000 names. But don't worry. 16 rounds. Even George Harrison, there were times he chanted 16 rounds, other times he didn't most of the time. But chanting, he would chant. And he was quite attached to chanting. And so Prabhupada said he should be offered respect. And we should respect any person, any devotee, who is regularly chanting the holy names. So if we just carry on, particularly chanting 16 rounds minimum, and trying our best to chant them nicely, then we will be accepted by the Lord. Our chanting will be accepted, we'll be accepted, and we'll be able, the possibility at least will be there, that we could go back to Godhead at the end of this lifetime. Malati Devi Dasi told us that once she said to Srila Prabhupada that you say if we just chant 16 rounds, follow the regulative principles, do some service, we can go back to Godhead. It's so easy. It seems too easy. Like, a little challenging. And Prabhupada gave her one of his looks. Little silence. And Prabhupada said, do you think that I would cheat you? So this is very real. If we just follow the process as given by Srila Prabhupada, then we can go back to Godhead at the end of this life. At the very least, the rest of this life, will be a lot better than, whatever we were doing before. So now we don't have much time left, but what we'll do, let me just see what we'll do here. Yes. We're going to do a little appreciation exercise that the holy name is my, hence the words of appreciation, like. The holy name is my best friend, because the holy name will never desert me or betray me. Just talking about George Harrison, I saw a video of him speaking, and they asked him, are you and Eric Clapton, who is another famous musician, are you still good friends? And George Harrison said, oh, we're best friends. But the fact is that George Harrison's wife ran off with Eric Clapton. And George Harrison said, sure, we're the best of friends. We share the same wife. But anyway, the holy name is my best friend because he'll never betray me. You get the idea? The holy name is my partner. He just goes with me wherever I go, as long as I'm chanting, wherever I go. The holy name is my therapist. When I have some anxiety, some problem, I just focus on chanting for a while, and then I find, oh, problem dissolved. So these are a few examples. You know what I want you all to do now? Please, is write down some things like that. The holy name is my fill in the blank. For some reason, because the holy name is like this, like that. Okay? Start writing. Please. Start writing. At least 2 or 3 or 4, something. I'll give you 5 minutes, a few minutes. The holy name is mine. And think what the holy name means to you. What you get from the holy names. Yeah. The holy name is my savior, my inspiration, my pillar. These are hints. And then you know what we'll do when you've compiled a short list. We'll ask some of you to volunteer, put your hands up, to tell us one of those things which you've written down. And then the others can also write it down. And if nobody volunteers, or insufficient people volunteer, we will appoint some volunteers. Yeah. When we did this one time, someone wrote down, the holy name is my husband. Is a married woman, because he does so many things for me. So write down a few. When you're finished, you can chant, and then we'll call on a few of you. The holy name fills the gaping hole inside me that is unfillable by anything else. No other addictions, no other pleasures can fill that hole. And then we're asking you to write down these things, different things, because we want you to take them with you in concrete forms and then use them. Refer to them on a regular basis. And then they can be like foundation stones for supporting you in your Krishna consciousness and your chanting. So, who'd like to volunteer to? Okay. You got one there? Tell us one.
Okay, good much. The only is my hero because it's saving from all bad habits and bad addictions such as cigarettes and alcohol.
Good. Who's next? I saw a hand, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
The boatman made me my fault finder.
Do you want to elaborate for 10 seconds on that?
Reflect on the Japa tips that were given up yesterday. So I find it as a fault finder to improve.
Okay, to identify. Okay, who's next? One of the ladies, Hare Krishna. Who is it? Give it to another. Here, Hare Forward.
Hare Krishna. Maharaj, I don't know what to say, but I just scribbled. I find that the holy name is my refuge in any sort of negative situation. And especially against living entities that can cause a lot of miseries to one. And I found that the holy name is my transcendental husband, my friend, my refuge, my everything. And the holy name has always supported me against negativity. So far, in spite of the miseries, I've always come out victorious. And I'm not like praising myself, but the holy name gives me a lot of miseries, but I know there's a reason for it. But in the end, I realize that it was done to strengthen me and purify me. Okay. So,
Thank you. One more of the ladies, the back, yes. And then we'll ask for one more of the men, because we're going over time. We don't have to do too much. Yes, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Because I live alone and because we go through so much, the holy name is my biggest gift. It's my only possession. It can't be taken away from me. The holy name is hope for me. It's also my only shelter. And because the Lord is in the same form as His holy name, it's also a form of love. And the most important thing, sometimes the holy name is my personality changer, because if I don't chant, I'm in a bad mood. And if I come across bad people and I chant, then I'll be a better person.
Thank you. Very good. You're coming up with some fantastic ideas, actually. Yes, back there.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So, because I trust to the Maha Mantra, so I'm a school teacher, so in my brain I was chanting. And so happened one a girl walked into the class to fetch something. And she overheard me, be my Japa. So she went to the principal and said, this teacher is praying in the class. So the principal called me and said, Mr. Naya, I had a complaint that one of the children said, you were praying in your class. I said, Principal, we are living in an age called Kali Yuga. And in this age, you can see how the children are becoming very, very demoniac. I need to pray for them so that they become better children in the class.
Okay, so you've got some ideas there. You can expand on whatever you may have done. I think we've got to finish now. But thank you all very much. But last thing though, is don't forget, how are you going to prepare yourself today, rest of today, for really getting into your Japa tomorrow morning, hopefully here. And then when you are hopefully here, or when you chant your Japa tomorrow, how are you going to actually chant? So one thing is to prepare yourself, prepare your state of mind. And the other thing is to actually carry out your chanting tomorrow, okay? Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna, thank you to His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Swami for his two very wonderful, instructive, thought-provoking sessions. I'm sure we have a lot to consider and contemplate, especially for tomorrow and the day thereafter. Thank you again, Maharaj. And we look forward to, hopefully next year we can have you all gathered again, either here or in some other place, together with Maharaj's association and guidance for another Japa retreat. His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj Ki.